What can Luke Pink do, the Queenslander? He's been right amongst it this year as well. They're away. Rooney was keen to get on with it. He come into contact with his fellow Kiwi. Wood down into turn number 1. Oh, Rooney. He's been pushed out onto the wet part of the race circuit. It has get shuffled right to the rear of the field, but it's Jaden Pope who's assumed the lead. He's got William Seal, his fellow Tom Williamson Motorsport driver, right behind him. They come around on this opening circulation here. Jaden Pope, the series leader. He's leading the way. Into third spot is Hazard in the 14. Wood's got himself up to 4th off the start. Good start for the Kiwi out of 8. Sweeney, our pole sitters, drop back to 5th spot with Pink into 6th. Marcuson into 7th, then Wallace, Hotter and Prenesti round out your top 10. Look at Taylor Hazard. He's got himself to 2nd now. Where's Seal and Pope gone? I've taken my eyes off the action and we've got a new race leader. So Wood leads away now through the middle section of the race circuit. Where'd the 2 TWM drivers end up? Obviously something happened at turn number 1 and they've dropped back through the field. It would appear as though Seal's about 6th position out there at the moment, so not ideal for him. Certainly not ideal for William Seal, and Prenesti looks like he's had a drama further back as well, and another one goes off there. Another one of our front runners. As now Wood leads away from Hazard, from Sweeney. Then it's Pope, followed by the 49 of Pink, then Wallace, then Hotter. Rooney's up the inside of Marcuson. Then I think it's Seal who's the next one on circuit. Boy, oh boy, action aplenty out there in the early stages of this one. From William Seal's perspective, he needs to be careful of where Ryan Wood is. And with Ryan Wood in the race lead, and William Seal down the order in the pre-final, that's not exactly what he wants, particularly heading into the final this afternoon. There wasn't much between them in points coming into the weekend. It was an advantage to Seal after the pre-finals, after the heat races yesterday. No points on the pre-final, but there is points on the final this afternoon. Ryan Wood up the front. He's won 2 rounds of the series so far this year. Has this live wire young Kiwi. Yesterday got stranded off to the side of the race circuit. Took him about 2 laps to get out of the gravel trap. Oh no, our second place man runs wide. He put one wheel just offline, and Sweeney's run wide and allowed Hazard back up into 2nd spot. And now Pope is closing in on the back of them. Working their way through, here's the battle for 3rd spot as Pope looks up the inside and takes over the 3rd placing. Sweeney tries to fight back on the outside, but that's left him vulnerable to the 49 of Luke Pink. Down the front straight away they go. Hotter now starting to close up on the back of Sweeney. Jaden Pope into 3rd spot. Pink up to 4th now. As they cycle their way through. Battle we're watching at the moment is the battle for 5th spot between Sweeney, Hotter and Angus Wallace at the back of that. Of course, Angus Wallace, a former Genumax trophy driver. He's now coming into calculations here in the number 3. He's been pretty solid on occasion throughout the course of the weekend as Angus Wallace, throughout the course of the season as well. Trying to make his way forward in Junior Max, only his first season of Junior Max proper. So working their way through. Battle for fourth as it has now become. They've caught up to the rear of Luke Pink, the Queenslander. Down the front straight away they go. Pink has got the 23 of Sweeney behind him. Then it's Hotter, followed by Wallace. The race leader, though, Ryan Wood, is well and truly out in front. He's got a 4.3 second advantage up the front as Jaden Pope's just done the fastest lap of the race in third. He's closing in on our second place man, but the fourth placing at the moment held down by Luke Pink. He's coming in for some attention from those behind him. Schmick Racing bringing a Junior Max here. It's a bit spread out compared to what we're used to in this category. Down the front straight away goes Pink. Sweeney trying to recover from that mistake a bit earlier on. The 33 of Hotter. Right behind him, the Queenslander. Then behind Hotter is Angus Wallace. Jaden Pope continues to be the fastest driver on circuit out there. Will be soon throwing out the challenge for second position as they work their way through the middle part of the race circuit again. Pink has picked up the pace in fourth spot and has pulled clear of that little battle behind him. There's Wood as he comes across the start-finish line to reel off another lap. Now here is Jaden Pope. He's recovered and just got himself into second position in front of the 14 machine of Taylor Hazard. Now Pope, what can he do about Ryan Wood? There's 5.6 seconds that Wood has up his sleeve. There's 8 laps left to go, so we're only at the halfway point. So Wood reels off another lap. Just 7 laps left to go in this one. Pope into second spot now. Very clear over the 14 of Hazard. Oh, good battle going on behind them too. There's 3 of them involved. They've caught up to Luke Pink. It's now game on. Back there for 5th spot. No, make that 4th spot. So this trio going at it. Luke Pink, he's got Wallace behind him. Down his 17th, Luke Thomas has just done the fastest lap of the race of 47.8, but the track is really dried out now. It's gone to another level in terms of being dried out. Back to the front stretch they come. Pink under attack from Wallace with Sweeney right behind. Wallace goes up the inside, gets the job done there and moves up a spot. So good stuff here from Angus Wallace. If he stays there, he'll have earned himself a second row starting position for the final. Not too many wet patches left on this race circuit. One thing about the bend that we've seen over the last couple of days is that it dries out incredibly quickly. Once it does start drying, it takes no time at all to dry out as Wallace starts to pull away here in 4th position. Pope's got the lead down to 4 seconds. We'll see what it is this time when he crosses the line. It's about half the length of the front straightaway here at the Ben Motorsport Park Karting Stadium. It's down to 3.4, so Pope's on a charge. 0.6 of a second quicker There's green and purple lights left, right and centre on the timing screen at the moment as the track conditions really start to fine up here. Wood leads the way over Jaden Pope in the 7. So Ryan Wood crosses the line. He's got 4 laps to go. Pope's into second. He goes through. Coming through in third spot is Hazard in the 14. He's doing a great job out there. Now Wood gets balked by Prenesti, trying to get through and lap him. The Kiwi, he was blowing up behind the wheel. Maybe the blue flags weren't out for Prenesti. Now Hazard's got a problem. Hazard's come to a stop from third. That's promoted Wallace up to position number 3. Then a battle between Pink and the driver behind him continues on. That's Sweeney, who was originally on the pole for this race. Pandemonium here this morning in Junior Max, presented by Schmick Racing. Now Wood goes across the line. 3 laps left remaining in this one. Pope in second spot. He's really closing in. There's Wood working his way through as the laps start to wind down. The Kiwi leading the way, setting the pace for what should be a good platform for the final, but Pope's got a bit to say about that, the series leader. He's closed right in. It's been a terrific drive from Jaden Pope to close in. And a drama on the front straight away for the number 26. He is out of commission. He's blowing up Deluxe as well, as Wood now comes onto the front straight away. Pope's right behind him with 2 laps to go. There's nothing in it between our top 2. Pope trying to close in on the 40. Can he do it over the next lap and 3/4? Pope led the first lap, went off the track, has fought his way back through. Kiwi Wood. Jackson Rooney's got himself back up to third spot now. Then it's Sweeney, Pink, Hazard, Hodder, Seal, Barter and Ruben Goodall's your top 10. So last lap board on display, and we are going to go right to the final corner here, because look at Jaden Pope. He is all over the back of our race leader Ryan Wood now as they work their way through turn number 4 and into turn 5 they go. Through this complex section, Wood runs wide. He gets a bit of dampness and it opens it right up for the number 7 of Pope to go through and take the lead. He hasn't put a wheel wrong all races, Ryan Wood. Then on a final lap, gets wide, and that opens it up for Pope to take the lead. So Pope, he's been shuffled back in the order. He's had to fight his way forward. It's been a tremendous drive from the youngster, our series leader aboard the number 7. He comes through to the final corner. That'll place him on the pole position for the final a bit later on today. He's got to be happy with that one as he crosses the line. Jaden Pope takes the win. Ryan Wood will be absolutely filthy as he crosses the line in second spot in the number 40. Waiting now for Jackson Rooney, who recovered for third placing, to come across the line. No, in fact, did the 55 get him, or was he a lap down? No, it was Rooney who come home in third spot. What a crazy race. Bailey Sweeney home in 4th, then Luke Pink, Taylor Hazard, Hugh Barter, Jack Hodder in 8th spot, William Seal down in 9th, Ruben Goodall in 10th, then Marcuson, Morgan and Hughes. That was the order as they come across the line. Wow, what a chaotic way for the pre-final to take place in Junior Max. But there's no doubt about Jaden Pope. What a recovery. He takes the win with thanks to Schmick Racing.